pretty decent way to start the episode. There we go. Welcome to episode 9 of the free-to-play journey. We have just hit level 30 runecrafting, and you might be wondering, Zrenner, why are you training runecrafting? You don't need to, you're not an Iron Man anymore. It's for that total level. I need to get 658 total to get to the 750 total worlds. I think I said 658. I meant to say 758. So yeah, we're about 40 levels, well, 45 off right now. So a lot of work still to be done, but with runecrafting it's actually quite quick. I'm leveling up several times an hour, so at least for a couple more levels that will be the case. I'll get it to at least 35 and then I might take a little bit of a break to do something else. But for really the most of this episode, I would assume the bulk of it is just going to be skilling. We are going to be getting 758 actually total in this episode. That is the goal for today. And yeah, I guess runecrafting is the first way to do it. Speaking of runecrafting, it probably went up, actually it definitely went up before this video, but I've recently put out a runecrafting guide for free-to-play. I'm actually going to start doing double uploads every week. I'm going to be doing an upload on Monday, and I'm going to be doing an upload on Friday. And the Monday upload will always be an episode of the free-to-play journey, and the Friday upload will be just anything that I want, really. It'll almost always be RuneScape related, and for the time being I have a lot of ideas, so it certainly will be. But yeah, I just put out a runecrafting guide for free-to-play. I noticed there was a pretty distinct lack of them on YouTube when I was searching for them. So I decided to make my own and make it as good as I can. So it's in the screen right now in the top right corner if you want to give that a look. Just make sure you come back to this video afterwards. And yeah, here we go. Level 35 runecrafting. A nice little jump from where we were. I think I forgot to make a clip at 30 or 25 or one of the others. So yeah, all the way up to 35 now, and our total is rising steadily. We are at 717 now. I don't know how long I'm going to stick with runecrafting. It is a skill, like I've talked about recently, that I do actually quite enjoy. But the leveling becomes so slow right around this point that it's not really worth it, especially if you're trying to do a grind for total levels. It would be significantly quicker to do something like fishing and cooking at this point, so maybe that's what I'll do for the time being. Go do some fishing, get that up to 50, then start doing some lobsters. Looking at my stats, there's not anything else that kind of stands out. I suppose I could get up my combat stats. Well, I guess I'm going to be doing that whenever I am going to fight to get keys for Obor, so I guess that'll be done along the way naturally, I should say. So maybe fishing will be the way to go. I'm actually going to do like 3 more inventories of this just so I can get it under 2,500, because that would be halfway. But yeah, I think that is the plan of action. There we go! I don't know what that voice was, but we have just hit level 50 fishing. Now, I could go fish for lobsters, and obviously those would be a lot better for cooking and that kind of stuff, but actually we just hit 725 total as well, so we are only, what, 25 plus 8, 33, I should know that faster, 33 levels away from the 750 total worlds. So feeling pretty good at this point. Like I was saying, I could go do lobsters at this point, but I'm actually going to continue doing salmon and trout because the XP is pretty ridiculous. It levels out to like right around 15k, I believe, is what I'm averaging. I know you can get higher if you do like 3 ticking and that kind of stuff, but honestly 15k an hour is pretty insane. So I'm actually going to go do cooking once I finish this inventory, because obviously I have all the fish that I've caught. And that'll hopefully get me up to at least, well, I know it'll get me to at least 50, hopefully maybe like 52 or something. And yeah, we'll be one step closer to 758. Time for another level 50. We're about to hit level 50 cooking, a pretty nice little achievement. Always nice to see stats getting up into the 50s. There we go. We can now cook chocolate cakes. Maybe I'll look into that one day. 731 total. We have exactly 27 levels left to go. If it was 57, I would be quite depressed. I'm going to continue doing cooking. As you can see right here, I actually did an item check for the prices. Raw salmon actually buys in the GE, according to OSBuddy, I'm not sure how accurate this is, for 2 coins less than actual cooked salmon. So obviously you would be losing a tiny bit of money because obviously when you burn a salmon, you've basically lost out on 69 GP. But honestly, that's such a small margin that I think it's worth it. And this is the fastest XP that I've gotten for any skill in the free-to-play game. I'm currently just tracking out on OSBuddy as it looks like I've actually disconnected. I'm getting 65k XP an hour and I'm not even focusing. That's just fairly AFK training. This is the second video in a row in which I've lost connection. That's great, Jagex. But yeah, 65k XP an hour is pretty insane for free to play, so I think I'm just gonna buy salmon in all honesty and try to do this for as long as I can. Who knows, maybe we'll get up to something crazy like 70. Here we go, about to hit level 60 cooking. This has only taken me less than a day. Obviously getting 60 mining took me a whole week. 60 range took me 2 weeks. This is of course because I'm incredibly AFK and get distracted very easily. But 60 cooking has taken me a day. At this point, once you hit level 58 cooking, you don't burn any salmon. It's over 100k XP an hour when I pay attention, so kind of insane. There we go, cooking level has just hit 60. At this point, we're 17 levels away from total level of 758, which is of course needed to enter the 750 total worlds. Don't think I'm going to get it in this episode, unfortunately. Of course, that was the goal. Sometimes you don't hit your goals, unfortunately, though, so I am going to stick with cooking for the time being. I am going to switch it up to lobsters. I'm going to try one inventory of lobsters, and I'm going to track the XP. Maybe, actually, I probably should do like 3 inventories, because obviously running back and forth to the bank, you will use up a fair bit of time. But yeah, I'm going to track that real quick, and then I will report back and tell you what I have found in terms of whether or not this is faster or slower than salmon. Of course, you would think it's faster than salmon because lobsters give significantly more XP. They actually give 30 more XP, but I imagine at least going to burn a significant amount of them. You don't stop burning lobsters until I think level like 68 or something of that effect. I'll also have a look at that and let you guys know for sure, but yeah, gonna cook all the lobsters that I have in my bank, and then we'll find out what the XP looks like.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book. You know you can't be lazy, never use a messy recipe. The cake will end up crazy if you do the cooking by the book. Then you'll have a...
So it actually is significantly better XP. I averaged about 120k XP an hour doing that, so a 20k improvement is not nothing. It is going to be significantly more expensive, especially in the start though, because as you can see I did burn a fair few lobsters. Yeah, actually I did one inventory before I got up to level whatever 60 cooking. So obviously keep that in mind, but I did burn a quarter of the lobsters. If we take into the fact that I should have been 60 cooking, I probably could have only burned like 15. I think I did burn about 10 in that first inventory, which is pretty bad. So obviously the profit is going to be significantly less, into the negative actually, floating on down into the red unfortunately. But I do have quite a nice cash stack and I have some items banked that I can sell. So I'm going to continue doing this and hopefully get up to around 74 cooking, which is what you need to stop burning lobsters. I did look that up, it is 74 cooking. That's the plan at least. I'm gonna go do more cooking because it's just insanely fast. Actually, in the time that I've done this video, which has been maybe 5 minutes, I've already gone up a quarter of the way to level 61, so pretty impressive. And to round off the episode, we have just hit a pretty nice little achievement in all honesty. Our first stat at level 65, or above for that matter, and it is cooking. There we go, level 65 cooking. I don't think members can now cook pineapple pizzas and make wine of Zamorak. Of course, I can't do any of those things, so I'm going to continue cooking lobsters for this foreseeable future. Yeah, I wish I could go longer on this episode, but it is actually Sunday night at 6 p.m. as I'm recording this clip. Of course, the videos do go up every Monday. The reason this one is a little bit shorter, guys, I kind of want to just explain this to you, make sure you guys know this isn't going to become like a regular thing. The reason this episode is a little bit shorter is because, of course, I was really quite sick over the course of recording episode 8, and it actually went up, I think, 2 or 3 days late. But this episode is actually going up on the following Monday at the normal time so we can get back into the regular schedule, which basically means I missed out on about 2 or 3 days of leveling because obviously that video went up 2 or 3 days late, so any content I recorded over those 2 or 3 days was in episode 8, so you guys can see how that would have affected the length of this video. But yeah, for episode 10 we'll be back to normal, and we are definitely going to be hitting level 758, which of course will unlock these 750 total worlds for us. I'm going to get base 40s and everything, including smithing, and then I'm definitely going to do more Obor in the next episode 10 of course. So yeah, there's really not much else to say other than the fact that I do think cooking will probably be the first skill that I go for a really high level in, like perhaps even the first skill that I go for my first 99 in. That's right, I am actually planning on going for 99s in this account. So yeah, I'm just enjoying it a lot right now. It's very AFK. I can do things like play Football Manager in the background, which if you guys don't know, that's a game that I actually play a lot. So yeah, I've really been enjoying training it, and I don't see any reason to stop. So I think maybe every episode I'll get like 5 levels or so, and then in a few episodes time, maybe we'll have like 80 or 85 or something crazy like that, and we can actually make a push for 99. But in the meantime, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to leave a like on it, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We've been getting a ton of subscribers lately, guys. The support you guys have been throwing at the channel is insane. So if you want to join that little movement there, make sure to subscribe and you can join us. I do uploads every Monday and Friday, so I guess I will see you guys on Friday. Enjoy the rest of your week.